what we are going to do is, first, we need to know, we are talking about the asynchronous goods movement and synchronous goods movement. When we talk about the synchronous goods, to understand the synchronous goods movement, first we need to understand what is meant by asynchronous goods, asynchronous goods movement. Asynchronous goods movement means this is the goods receipt posting in embedded EWM. We are going to see goods receipt we are going to do in ERP in S4HANA. And this is the synchronous goods movement topic. The synchronous goods movement means we have create a purchase order and LE delivery and inbound delivery will be created and goods receipt posting and confirm goods receipt posting. Now let us talk about asynchronous goods receipt posting. Now then we move to the synchronous goods movement posting so that you can relate both of them. Now I open this particular purchase order. This is the purchase order is created in ERP. Now I just create a purchase order with reference to this purchase order. Now this is the purchase order, and I'm going to say this the delivery date is today, and do the check and save. Against that, I'm going to create a delivery VL31N, and I say this is asynchronous async. I put asynchronous GR. Now this delivery is 171D and 171, and if you do the header, the distribution status is irrelevant. Now I save it. Now the delivery was distributed and saved to WMS. Now, if you open this delivery, you cannot go to the change mode at all. Yeah, the system will allow you, even though you go to the change mode, the system says that delivery was distributed, therefore display only. And if you go to the header, it says that it's a distributed. Once you are distributed, now it should come to the EWM. This is a 1800449. I'll go to the EWM and go to the logistic execution delivery and execute. Now you see this delivery is already here. Now I'm doing the goods receipt in EWM. Now I do the goods receipt in the EWM. Once I do the goods receipt once the goods receipt, oh, there's I do the SCWM PRDI and I give this particular delivery and execute and I do the goods receipt. So when you talk about asynchronous goods movement, we have done the goods receipt in EWM. This delivery will update the goods receipt in ERP. Whenever the GR will be done in EWM in this case. Once it is completed the GR in EWM, it will update goods movement status as C, and also it will update the goods receipt document with 101. With the 101 movement, it is updated. Now, this is the scenario which we are discussing about asynchronous goods movement. Asynchronous goods receipt, where we have LE purchase delivery, LE delivery, EWM inbound delivery, goods receipt, and confirm inbound delivery, goods receipt posting happen. This scenario is called asynchronous goods receipt. Now, our topic is for today is synchronous goods receipt. The synchronous goods receipt means, as in general, the interface for embedded EWM has not been changed. Most of the settings in integration between ERP and EWM part S4HANA system are similar or the same that of the decentralized deployment. As there is just one system and one client, the ERP logical system is assigned to the client. For the EWM part, only a dummy logical system for distribution model is required. It means If you go to this particular picture, you have a ERP deliveries. ERP deliveries will come to the EWM with a queue remote function call, and the stock postings will happen from EWM to the ERP. This was happening based on the logical system and the client. Based on the logical system and client. Here you have a logical system and client. Then when we say about what is meant by logical system, in SAP, every client needs a unique identifier. This is called a logical system. This logical system, just like every person has a name, like like Rahul, Anita, etc. Each SAP client get a logical system name like ERPCL 100, any name. Each of the client should have a name. So similarly, the business system. Here we are talking about a business system. A business system is a logical system with a defined role in the network for integration via SAP PIPO or SAP CPI. Example, in SAP ERP system, supplier of raw materials execution, supplier of deliveries variables execution. Now, if you talk about the business system, now what is meant by business system? We discussed about a logical system, which is very clear. The logical system is a name for each of the client. That's called a logical system. Now we are talking about the business system. Business system is a logical system with a defined role as a network for integration. Business system is a business system is also a logical system with a defined role. This is logical system is required a name for each of the client, and business system we are giving a role in the network. So for example, we have if you take an example, if you take example of in the home, we have a father. Father is an earning role, and mother also earning role, and the son as the student role. So each one of them has a earning role. And suppose say you have a maid is a like cooking role or cleaning role. So each one of these you consider the logical systems. The role what they're performing is something like a business system. The purpose of the business system is to integrate this particular system to the multiple systems. So suppose say the third party systems or something SAP PIPO or SAP API, SAP CPI to integrate to the multiple systems. This is the business system. Similarly, you have a business system group here. Business system and business system and business system group. Think of it as a community or a society where your members belongs to. So a business system group is a collection of business systems. Always business system group is a collection of the BS. One business system group can have multiple business systems, BS1, BS2, BS3, etc. A business system group is a collection of business systems that can talk to each other in the SAP integration landscape. So you have a BS1 and BS2, you have same client. Within in the same in the one client you put a logical system. In the logical system, we create a business logical system to communicate. We create a business systems, and the business system group is we in the business system group we have a multiple business systems. The purpose of the business system group is to talk or to communicate to the multiple systems. Either you communicate or you communicate to this or you communicate to this, you communicate to this, and this can communicate to this, all permutations and combinations. So the business system group is a collection of business systems that can talk to each other in SAP integration landscape. If you take an example from the day-to-day life, each person has a unique name and a simple, if you wish to say in simple, each person each person has a name. This nothing but a logical system, and each person plays a role in the group. Each person plays a different role in the project environment. Each one of us will play a different role. That role is nothing but a business system. And all of them, the people who are, there are multiple peoples in the project, like suppose say A1, A2, there are suppose 100 people are there in the company. The all 100 people are something like you can consider the WhatsApp group. All the people are in one group as an WhatsApp group. That WhatsApp group you can consider as the business system group. The purpose of this particular group is to exchange in ideas between the multiple people. Either here you exchange the same, like in the business system group, you have a BS, multiple business systems. You have a BS1, BS2, BS3, etc. These to communicate, from here to here, here to here. That is the purpose of the business system group. Now, is that example clear? What is meant by logical system, business system, and business system group? Everyone understood?
Yes, yes.
Now,
Correct. So,
mm,
is it correct to say that business system would be part of logical system?
business system is part of the logical system. It's not a part. Business within the, it's not the part. We, this particular business system, logical system is just a name. Yeah, it's the best a name. This person can play a multiple roles, right? What is that person? This person going to play a role. Whether this person, this is example like suppose suppose say Anita. Anita is a name, is a just a name. The name is nothing but for each of the client you give a name. Like in a, when we take a birth, automatically by default, our parents will give a name. Similarly, for this particular client, we give a name. Yeah, like our name, there is a name, just a name. Now, but this person who is we are here now. What we are going to do? We are going to perform a kind of, for we are a child to our parents, and sister to my brother. Yeah, and if I'm married, and I'll be wife. Yeah, and I am also a mother to the child. There are multiple roles this particular system will do. The role, what I'm going to do. So same business system, I create a multiple business systems to perform a role. So suppose say in this example, just a name is Anita, but I'm create one role as a child, one role as a sister, one role as a wife, one role as a mother. Why I need to create a multiple roles? Because child is a parent. Our parents, we have a child. This is our parents. We are a, Anita is a child, so she need to perform a role as a child to the parents. Sister role for brothers and sister, and wife role to husband, and mother role to the child. That is the reason she will create here. We create a BS1, BS2, BS3, BS4, and this we assign to the logical system. In the logical system, there are multiple roles. The roles are nothing but a business system.
Okay, sir, clear. Thank you.
Anita, sorry if I take your name as an example. Don't mind. Just is that clear now,
Mhm.
all of you?
Yeah.
So now we are talking about, now so far we discussed about what is the business system, etc. Now we are going to the topic. A business system group is required. A business system group is required. A business system group is required, but only the logical system of the ERP is assigned to this, and there is only one business system which is defined own business system. In this both environment, in the ERP and EWM, we will create a and logical system and business system group. Now we are going to see it in the system, business system, logical system, etc. in our system. Now we'll go to the SAP SPRO. We go to the SAP EWM extended warehouse management. If you see the interfaces, ERP integration, the general settings. Here, we are going to say the business system. This is the business system. This business system we have assigned to the logical system. Logical system for our client is a 100 client. To see the logical system, we go to the SCC4. Each one of the client. Now we are in the client. Yeah. Now we are in the client 100. Now for the 100 client, this is the client name. For this 100 client, I gave as a name as a logical system S4HCLNT. Once we have this logical system, we create this, we create one more business system here. We created this business system as S4H100 and we assign this logical system to the business system. It means this logical system is going to work as a S4H100. This is kind of one role. Just an example as a one role to perform an integration S4HCLNT. And after that, we'll go to the define own business system. This is the business system, which is the same system where we are in. And after that, we assign the warehouse number from logistic execution. Now, as we discussed about business system and business system group and logical system, I'm talking about now integration perspective. Now we have a ERP plant. In the ERP plant, we have created a two-store location. These two-store locations we attach it to the 3-digit warehouse. This 3-digit warehouse we have activated this as a EWM warehouse. And we have created distribution model. In early days, we have created a distribution model. Hope you remember. So this is the integration. For that integration, and we are going to see it in the system. Now, as we have created, this is the ERP system. In the enterprise structure, we have created a logistic execution. We have a 1710. For my warehouse 1710, there are two store locations created. Two store locations I attach to the 171 as the 3-digit warehouse. And after that, I go to the logistic execution. I say if this is the warehouse, extended warehouse management integration, and the basic setup of connectivity. Here I'm going to say, if this 171 is the warehouse, then this warehouse should be a EWM warehouse. Once I say that EWM warehouse, this is the where I control the 3-digit warehouse is the EWM warehouse. Once we have done this already, we come to the integration aspect in the EWM. We assign the warehouse number of the ERP system to the EWM warehouse, the business system. I'm saying that the business system means you are a role. This role is to establish a connection between this warehouse to this warehouse. This is the ERP warehouse. This is the EWM warehouse. The role is business system. Always the business system means it's a role. The group of business systems is something like a communication, how you wish to communicate. So this is the business system which we have connected to this. Now, as we discussed about business system and business system group, now go back to our scenario, synchronous goods receipt process. When we talk about the synchronous goods receipt process here, once we have created a purchase order, I can do the goods receipt in ERP system that will update to the EWM with the goods receipt posting. So that is the meaning of synchronous goods receipt. Synchronous goods receipt means we do the GR in ERP against the purchase order. And that purchase order, I receive the material, GR is happening in the EWM. The difference between synchronous and asynchronous goods receipt is in asynchronous, there is a delivery concept, and asynchronous, there is no delivery concept. That is number one difference. Number two difference is in asynchronous goods receipt posting, I do the GR in EWM. In asynchronous goods receipt posting, I do the GR in ERP or S4HANA. Synchronous goods movement posting, I post the GR in ERP. That is the major example. Now I will first demonstrate the synchronous goods receipt posting. Then we are going to see, then we are going to talk about in which of the industries this particular synchronous goods receipt is going to be implemented, will be implemented in common. At the same time, what are the prerequisites of the synchronous goods movement? That is also we are going to discuss. And also, what are the scenarios this synchronous goods receipt will support? It means not all the processes which we do in EWM all are not supported. Only few of the scenarios only the synchronous goods receipt supported. This is number one. And number two, when we are discussing a synchronous goods receipt, this is only possible in embedded EWM. When I say embedded, we have S4 and EWM as in same instance. What is meant by decentralized? Anyone can step in?
Decentralized is when ERP is in one system and EWM is in another system,
Correct,
another, and both are interacting.
correct. That is called a decentralized system. There is one more concept in the sidecar system. Then what is the sidecar? Other than Manish, I want to hear any other voice.
In sidecar, ERP and EWM are in different instance, but both are in S4 only.
Super, super, very well said. So the other deployment options. Now, this synchronous goods receipt posting is only possible in embedded environment where ERP and EWM are in the same instance or same server or the same box, you can say. Now we are going to see it in the system, how this is going to work. Okay. Now I have one purchase order 4501621. I just create a purchase order. I just copy the purchase order. When you are working on the synchronous goods movement, first and foremost, in the confirmation control key, there should not be a delivery. Now, in the asynchronous goods receipt posting, when I say asynchronous goods receipt posting, just now, when I say asynchronous goods, when we say asynchronous goods receipt posting, confirmation control key should be a 04. There should be confirmation control key, which determines there is a delivery. So when you are talking about when we are creating a synchronous goods receipt, the confirmation control key should not be there. This is the one of the prerequisite. Now I save it. Now purchase order is created. 1623. The purchase order is created. Now directly I'll open a session, new session, and I'll go to the material management, logistics, material management, purchasing, purchase order, and then follow on actions, and I go to the my goods receipt, and here I'll give them my purchase order and then execute. Once I execute, you see already there is a RO02 product, and this is the material, which is 400 pieces. Where I'm doing 101 posting, and the plant is this, storage location is this is the purchase order partner, and this particular product is the batch managed. So just I would see that the vendor said that the same batch I'm going to send, because now I am doing a goods receipt, right? So the material is there in front of me. It means material already unloaded. Unloaded now. Unloaded from the truck. Now I'm checking. I'm receiving this particular 400 pieces of this particular material, of this particular material group, of the 400 pieces. I'm receiving it. As I'm receiving it, during receiving, they are given a delivery note. I check the delivery note. This delivery note has this particular batch. Now I enter the same batch. I go to the warehouse management. This is how it is. Now I say by total quantity. I say the total quantity is 400 pieces, and I would like to say this is the pack material which I would like to put this particular 400 pieces in one of the cartoon. All one cartoon only I would like to keep. There's a small part I have. The all 400 pieces I would like to put it in one one HU. Or a one HU means a empty empty HU. I take it. This is the pack material, which is nothing but a pallet I take, and this is empty HU. I would like to put this particular 400 pieces in this particular pallet. I do the check and I do adopt. After doing that, I do the item check, yeah, enter the storage bin. It says that now let's give a storage bin something. Now I do the check again. Yeah, batch is already has been posted. If the batch is already here, the system say that this batch already you received it earlier. You wish to do it. It's a warning message. Okay, fine with me. I'm receiving it. Now I do the post. Now the system has triggered 500-215-500. Goods receipt is posted in ERP. Now I'll go to my purchase order. I go to the /n ME23N. I'll give this my purchase order. You see, already this purchase order is posted with 101 movement. Now ERP side, all completed, all the stock is ready. Now EWM, now I'll go to the MMBE of this particular material. Material is R02. Execute this particular material. I have this particular stock. Now I do what are the movements? Now there is a movement which was triggered today, which is 9/6. There should be a movement has been triggered already. Let me have a refresh. There's a lot of movements here for the specific. This is the same batch. Oh, did we trigger this separate one for the same batch? Now anyway, goods receipt. Instead of that, I'll go to the purchase order. In the purchase order, I click on this material document. This material document is posted with this batch, and we have already received the stock. Now ERP side is done. Now let us go to the EWM side. Now I am in the EWM. I am in the, let me start with the monitor. Now the material. Now there should be a warehouse order must have created now. Must have created in the system. Now the warehouse order is the one which is created. A warehouse order is already created. Now I'll open the warehouse order. This is the warehouse order which is created with the handling unit as this is the material. This is the handling. This is the warehouse task, and this is the material. How you are going to say this is the same thing? You will go to this material document. This is the material document which we created just now. This particular material, you have a 1710. And you will have, this is the storage type, and this is the storage bin. This is the warehouse task. 166322 is the warehouse task, which you see 6322 is the warehouse task. Now this material, now we are in the EWM. In the EWM team, what they do, just they confirm the stock and say, they confirm. Yeah, now confirm and save. Now this is completed. Now EWM process, the materials also received now with this particular HU. If you see, this is a 131. This particular HU, the stock is inflated in the EWM as well. Now we'll go to the monitor again, go to the handling unit. In the handling unit, I put this particular material, and this is the handling unit. In the documents, you can see in this particular HU, I received this. And also, as I did this, the stock also need to come to the stock and bin handling unit. I enter this handling unit, it will be updated. The stock also has been inflated with this 400 pieces. Now this is called a synchronous goods receipt posting. There's a configuration behind that. We are going to say the process is without having a delivery in the EWM, even though it is a EWM we are working on, the GR can happen in GR posting in ERP system. Now I would like to say about few scenarios. What are the scenarios this synchronous goods receipt is going to work on? Now I go to this goods receipt. This is the material document which is posted against the synchronous goods movement. Now we'll talk about what are the scenarios it's going to support. Now, first and foremost, these scenarios will be, the scenario 1 is you do the GR against the PO, against a purchase order from the supplier. And also you wish to do the cancellation, GR cancellation. In the synchronous goods movement, we have seen the GR, reversal of the GR from the EWM, but in the synchronous goods movement, you can do the GR cancellation here itself. Similarly, how I posted the material document now, similarly, I can do the reversal posting. And also goods receipt posting without purchase order, and the goods issue to the 201 movement, which is a cost center, which is supported in a synchronous goods, synchronous GR. The other possibility, and this is only possible only in embedded environment. It is not supported in a decentralized EWM. Now I would like to pass any questions. If not, I'm going to explain what are the scenarios. It is the synchronous. Any questions? Okay, silence. The business scenarios of the synchronous goods receipt we are talking about. Business scenarios of synchronous goods movement involve immediate goods receipt processing while inventory updates in SAP ERP. Immediate GR post processing where inventory updates in ERP are synchronized in a real time with the SAP ERP system. Synchronized in the real time with SAP ERP system. First thing is, this will support external procurement. The purpose of this external procurement, purchase order based external procurement, mean a company receives raw materials or components from a supplier and needs immediate stock availability for production or sales. The industry example, if you take automotive industry, you say Lamborghini, Tesla, Volvo, yeah, or Toyota, The company receives the critical components to ensure production continuity. That is the reason they want synchronous goods receipt. Similarly, a pharma industry. Pharma, you take Novartis, Pfizer, MSD. They receive temperature-sensitive goods where immediate storage is required. That is the reason these companies opt for synchronous goods receipt. The benefits of this is real-time stock updates help trigger subsequent processes like quality inspection or delivery. Similarly, this is the synchronous goods movement. And also, there is a possibility that you can also use the vendor consignment inventory, where the goods received from a vendor under a consignment agreement needs to be available in the warehouse while remaining under the vendor ownership. In that case also, we use the synchronous goods receipt. Yeah. Now I would like to pause here about the synchronous goods receipt. Is that process wise, you're feeling some confusion here, or how is that? Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Synchronous goods movement. Now, as we have discussed about the GR, now we talked about synchronous goods receipt and asynchronous goods receipt. Asynchronous goods receipt is common process, and synchronous goods receipt is exceptional process, which is available in only an embedded environment. Clear? Now we'll go to the configuration. What are the things those are required for this, all this, or to make this work? To make this work, there are a bunch of settings those are required. First thing is, as we have seen that already, logical system client, that anyway we have seen already. Now, predominantly, we'll be doing the general settings. In the general setting, in the same in ERP integration, in the goods movement, there is a concept called here, activate synchronous goods movement posting. There are two things here. One is activate synchronous goods movement. Here, make settings for synchronous goods movement posting. There are two. First thing is we go to the activate synchronous posting. This is where activate synchronous posting. If we do this synchronous goods movement posting, this is across this particular warehouse. You cannot do the goods receipt posting in EWM anymore. You can only do the goods receipt posting in ERP. In that case, you have to enable it. Please don't do that. It will impact the system consistency. System will go for a fly. Don't do this because it is the specific warehouse. If you wish to do it, you can create your own warehouse and you can test it, but existing, don't do that. The purpose of this is, if you activate this at the warehouse level, all the warehouse, I can only do the GR from the ERP. The system will not allow you to do the GR in EWM. Now, I would like to say, for specific process only, I would like to do the synchronous goods posting. So that is the reason I say that 1710 is my warehouse. For a specific warehouse process type only, I need to have a synchronous goods receipt. Now I say it's Y119. The Y119, if you see this warehouse task, now we have done this. This warehouse task as the process is the Z119. This Z119 is coming from this Y119. This one, Z119, we'll talk about the Z119, that is a warehouse task, but this is the Y119 is the one which is the first trigger. This 119, I say that it is the synchronous goods movement. This Y19 is the bridge between the Z119 and the GR. Now we see that Y19. What is this Y119? I created this where Y19 in the cross-process settings and the warehouse task and created a 1710 for my 1710 warehouse. I created a Y119 is the warehouse process type. For this Y119 warehouse process type, I say this is the one warehouse process type I created. And after that, I have created one more process type as a Z119 here. This Z119 is a process type which I created. Very importantly, I say this is the automatic W2 creation at the GR. It means as soon as the GR is posted, I have to do the WT, where WT stands for warehouse task need to be created automatically. This is the second setting. And then in the goods receipt process, the strategy for the specific product. For the specific product, there is a warehouse strategy. Now, to find out a strategy, what is the I'll go to the product master of this particular. I'll I'll go to this product master. Product master is this is the product which we are doing a GR. GR we are doing in the if you go to this the product which we are doing is this one. This product we have done the put away based on the put away strategy. The system will do a CWM MAT one. For this particular product, I said in the storage type data, in the warehouse data, I say this is the put away indicator as YLOS is the put away indicator. Based on the put away strategy, the system will work. Yeah, YLOS. Now here the put away control indicator, I said YLOS for my warehouse 1710, 1710, 1710. The way it is the put away control indicator is YLOS. Here you see YLOS 1710. Yeah, here. For the specific put away control indicator, I said the storage set sequence. Based on the storage set sequence, the system did a put away. Now, this is how the configuration related to the synchronous goods receipt. Now, is that clear? Now we'll go to the asynchronous goods receipt. We done the synchronous goods receipt. We have done the asynchronous goods receipt posting. Now we need to talk about put away strategies. That is the next chapter what we have. Someone left already? Yeah, they one on the left. Okay. Next topic is put away. After the goods have been loaded and verified and the goods receipt has been posted, you can put away into the warehouse. During the inbound process, there are often additional process such as unloading process, and deconsolidation process that is a part of. If you talk about the industry vertical, in the pharmaceutical industry, goods receipt will do temperature monitoring, and retail industry, they do the goods receipt cross-docking, etc. And similarly, if you do the chemical industry, goods receipt with hazardous material, and the electronics goods industry, always with the serial managed, food and beverage industry, always the shelf life managed. Now, we talk about put away rules. For each of the warehouse, we'll have a put away rules. Put away rules, the first thing is manual strategy, which is mean by no strategy. Manual means there is no strategy. The warehouse employee will decide where the material has to do the put away. Now for that, I will go to the system. We'll create a purchase order. We'll create a purchase order. Now, similar to this, we create one purchase order, or else we have already have some purchase orders earlier. Yeah, there are multiple scenarios. Okay, let me create a purchase order. We create a purchase order. Now, I copy and create a new purchase order and save. And then I go to the delivery and I say, here we are talking about PTWI, put away rules. Yeah, put away rules. Now I'm going to say just as a one PC and I say, now the delivery has been distributed. 420 is my delivery. I go to the EWM and go to the PRDI transaction directly. Out of you all, anyone can say that what is the menu path of the PRDI? Okay. Now I have this particular delivery is created. Now I do the packing of this particular material with this particular pallet, the wire basket. I'm doing a drag and drop and I do the save and go back. And now I do the put away. Put away, to create a put away, I go to the inbound delivery, click on warehouse task and click on warehouse task. Now the system will take you to this screen. You click on create. Just 030. There is an error. What it is saying that it is the goods receipt. Now, first of all, we do the manual selection. When we say manual, we want to decide where this particular one PC, the employee is going to decide where he wish to put the particular material. In that case, the employee will select specific storage type and what is the empty bin. To find out empty bin, this particular one should have an empty checkbox. In that case, the system will say this empty bin. Always, it should be empty bin will be selected, suppose say like this. Now, this particular bin do not have a, there is stock exists. That is what the system saying that. Now you go to the, now you assign, you put this particular material somewhere in, suppose say there is a storage clearing facility. Here I'm going to say any bins are there. Yeah. No values for selection. I'll see that what are the bins available in the system. In my warehouse, not only system, in my warehouse, I'm going to see what are the empty bins available. To check that, go to the storage bin, select this checkbox as an S and click on execute. The system say they are the empty bins. They are the empty bins. I wish to keep this particular material in one of the bin. Let's say I selected this particular storage bin. In this particular storage bin, I wish to keep the material. Hmm. The system has to check specific one. Now let us say PRKT. In the PRKT storage type, whether I am checking in the warehouse in which storage type I can keep the material. So PRKT, I'll create one bin here for SCWM LS01, and I'll create a PRKT to 2, and I say a PRKT is the bin, and storage type which we wish to keep it, it is the 0010. For 0010, we are creating a location. Now I'm going to say it's a bin is measurement bin, for example. The bin has a capacity of total 100. Now I'm going to say that display. Now I go here and back here. Now the system say for this particular 0010, 0010 is the storage type. In the 0010, I have, this is the bin. Now let us say either you have this one, yeah, PRKT is the bin. Now I keep it any of the bin, the system should accept here because of the YMDF. If I put each of the storage bin has some validation. Now I would like to keep the material. Hmm. Now I have to make sure this particular storage type. Anyone can guess where Anita or someone who can guess that where from these validations are coming. Now, if I enter, the warehouse employee is trying to do the put away manually. The system, the warehouse employee is trying to do put away in this particular, suppose a high rack storage. Yeah. In the high rack storage 0010, he is going to put this particular material in this particular location. The system saying that storage bin not assigned to the storage type. Where is that? Where is this particular link? To see this, if you have this kind of error, first and foremost, go to the log. You understand, you see that storage bin so and so is not assigned to the storage type Y820. It means this particular storage bin should have a Y820 only. In that case, there are multiple ways you do this particular storage bin, which we are talking about. This particular bin as go to this particular bin master SCWM LS0 LS02. In the LS02, this particular bin is a 171B. Now what is the system saying? The error it says that it should have, the bin is not assigned to the storage type Y820. It should have, this bin must be there for the Y820. Then only the system will work. That is what the system says. If you want to see this particular one, this particular storage bin should be there for Y820. That is to make sure it will work. Or you want to have a certain storage type. Now let us create one storage type for our reference so that we can work with all the combinations. What I do is we go to the /ospro reference img. external warehouse management, and master data, and storage types 1710, 1710, 1710. We are going to create one storage type. For example, you copy and say that our storage type is Z010. Z010 raw material, let's say SCL, SCL01. Yeah, already they exist. It says that the bin is already exist. I create a Z019. Now as we created, now I save the storage type. Now for the same storage type, I'll create one bin master, SCWM LS01. I go to the /n SCWM LS01. In this, where I'm going to say some 09. 09. The first one I would like to say Z009 is my storage type. Z009 -01 -01. What is meant by 010101? We discussed about bin master. Anyone able to recall? Hmm? Oil, stack, and level, right?
Stack level and yeah.
Yeah, oil, stack, and level. Now this is the bin master which we have created. Now I would like to keep this particular material in this particular location. Now the system saying that it's not assigned to the Y920. Why you have this particular one? Storage bin should be assigned to the 800 is the storage type. Now, if you have this particular storage type is saying that storage type must be assigned to the Y80. The reason is as simple as that you go back here. This all controls by this particular warehouse process type. Warehouse process type is the one which is controlling all the process. Now, if you see this particular warehouse process type, already, is there any warehouse tasks here? There are no warehouse tasks. Now, what we do is we just make sure that we do the process code of this delivery. We say that adjust delivery and reject the total delivery, and we create a new delivery. Now, item has no open quantity. This is there that we say that save. I say the process code again. Adjust delivery quantity. I do the reject inbound delivery. I make it to 0. And then I say process code. When we discussed about process code as well, right? Whenever there is a change, whenever there is something in the delivery, you can do the process code as well. Yeah. Now you have deleted this delivery. Now let's create one more delivery, VL31N, and say the put away rules at test2. And we are going to say that the quantity is 1 and save. And I'll go to the delivery is created with 421. 421. I will go to the CWM PRDI. And the delivery is 421. 421. Now I'm going to say I would like to change mode. I'll be changing to the normal WPT, which is 1010. 1010 I have entered, and it says that staging area. Staging area is already there, 1010. Now I would like to do the storage and the warehouse task. Here I'm going to say go to the manual selection. I want to do it manually to my specific storage type, which we have created now, Z019. Z019. And I'm going to say, this is the bin. Now I'm going to say, yeah, one piece. I would like to keep it here. One piece is the one which I have created. Always it is saying Y820 is the storage type. There is some error is coming here about the quality inspection. I will do that, and then we'll share we'll talk about the put away strategies tomorrow. Yeah. Any questions related to the put away strategies? We are going to do it tomorrow. Today we talked about synchronous goods receipt. We have covered today. Any questions so far? Any questions related to the synchronous goods receipt or the asynchronous goods receipt? These both you understood? Everyone understood this? Synchronous. What do you mean by synchronous and asynchronous goods receipt?
Synchronous would be in the embedded system only, whereas
Okay.
asynchronous would be, and in synchronous there would not be any delivery. We can do the goods receipt directly with the purchase order, or you know, so and even goods receipt would happen with in ERP only. We don't have to do that in warehouse. Whereas in asynchronous,
Mm.
the delivery would be created, inbound delivery would be created,
Mm.
uh, and goods receipt would happen in WM, and that would impact the movement type in ERP in asynchronous.
Mm. And
Uh, yes, sir.
yes, please continue.
Uh, yes. Um, so that's a major difference that in embedded only in embedded system synchronous entry synchronous can be performed, whereas it cannot be performed in a decentralized system.
And synchronous, what are the scenarios the synchronous will support?
Synchronous will support with respect to PO if you want to do the goods receipt, and that would be supported.
Mm.
And in industry, you told about the industry as well. That would be supported in chemical industry or pharmaceutical industry, automobile industry, sorry.
Good. Any other? Anita, you also would like to add something? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to add
Yeah.
something, some points on the top of it?
No, that's it.
Very important is synchronous is will not support. There are some scenarios; those are only supported the synchronous, yeah, and all the scenarios will not be supported in the synchronous, yeah. Only the scenarios; those are the purchase order scenario and purchase order cancellation. That's the only possible, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Sir, the way you told us that in SCC4, that's a transaction, we can go and see the logical system, right? So if I compare it with, the logical system which we define for the IDOC, we go into BD 67, and or in sale transaction, we go and define The logical system. Is it the same logical system or are
Yeah,
they
it's the same.
different
It's the
logical
same,
systems?
same. The logical system is at the client level. It's the same.
Okay, thank you.
And any other? Anything else I would like to add?
No, sir.
Okay. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk about more details about put away rules and put away strategies tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.